invite you to visit our website, wwno.org, where you can learn about all of the programming available from New Orleans Public Radio, including our 24-hour classical music station available at 104.9 FM, and become a member or renew your membership. That's wwno.org.
5 a.m. in Washington, 1 p.m. in Nairobi. This is Dan Damon at the BBC. Russian athletes have had their bans overturned so they can compete in the Winter Olympics, a move going against the wishes of the IOC and WADA. The UN Special Rapporteur on Myanmar says more mass graves have been discovered, confirming the worst fears.
Yes, I would think that these are part of the hallmarks of a genocide, and if proven that they did, then there has to be responsibility and accountability.
Cape Town's under threat of having its taps turned off because of an ongoing drought. Not all citizens are concerned.
The city would like to thank each and every resident who has been reusing grey water and doing everything they can to save the water we have left. But not enough residents are actively saving.
And the educational regulator in the UK says the hijab, the headscarf worn by Muslim women, is encouraging segregation. First, the news.
Hello, I'm Neil Nunes with the BBC News. 28 Russian athletes facing a lifetime ban from the Olympics for doping have had their suspensions overturned by the Court of Arbitration for Sport. 11 other athletes had their appeals partially upheld. They had been banned for doping offences at the 2014 Winter Games in Sochi. The court itself said its mandate was to rule on the individual cases, as Alex Kapstick reports.
The decision by the Court of Arbitration for Sport is a major development in the Russian doping case and embarrassing for the International Olympic Committee. The ruling panel found the evidence provided by the IOC was not enough to punish 28 banned athletes. Their results in Sochi have been reinstated. They could possibly seek a late entry to the upcoming Games in Pyeongchang, but would need to go through a rigorous vetting process. Doping violations were proved in 11 cases, but not enough to warrant a lifetime sanction.
The UN Special Rapporteur on Myanmar has said that new reports of mass graves containing the bodies of hundreds of Rohingya Muslims bear the hallmarks of genocide. Yang Lee said the graves reported by the Associated Press must be investigated. Celia Hatton has more details.
Yang Lee was barred from visiting Myanmar. She explored allegations of ethnic cleansing by the Burmese military by meeting those who fled the country. A report from the Associated Press did some of the work for her. In detail, it matches time-stamped video footage from Rohingya Muslims who fled to Bangladesh with satellite imagery. The report's verdict? There's evidence of a massacre during a military attack last August in the village of Gudar Pyin in Rakhine State. Myanmar's government has denied all reports of mass killings.
White House officials have indicated that a secret memo said to accuse the FBI of abusing its surveillance powers to target President Trump could be released today. The FBI has condemned moves by the Republicans to have the document published. The BBC's David Willis is in Washington.
The FBI, in a rare public statement, has challenged the plan to release this memo, saying that it has grave concerns about certain omissions of fact and therefore the overall veracity of the document itself. The Democrats claim the memo is selective and an attempt to discredit and undermine the work of the special counsel Robert Mueller, who is looking into alleged collusion between the Trump campaign and Russia. Owing to the sensitive nature of the document in question, the White House actually has to sign off on its release.
About 300 Afghans are demonstrating outside the Pakistani embassy in the Afghan capital Kabul after a surge in high-profile militant attacks. They accused Pakistan of supporting the militants, an accusation the government in Islamabad denies. World news from the BBC. The Indian government has announced its last full budget before national elections due by the middle of next year. It promises billions